Rahman Yehi Abdel Halim, or KD as we know.
Abdul Halim, number 12. Julius Coles. And every minute, the last minute of every quarter, can we record? The last minute. Okay?
What does a victory mean tonight?
It's important. We are tied with them right now for third. So it gives us a little bit of cushion going into the next couple tough games. But at the same time, we just want to play well at the right time. So we don't want to act like, it's the finals today or anything, but it is an important game.
Play Al-Arabi and Al-Rafa following this match.
Yeah.
What is your strategy for these teams?
Just play hard, play well, play together. It's, to be honest, it doesn't matter who we play. We have to play our Shamal basketball and just play together.
Last week you used some of the youngsters on your bench.
Amr Samir Hassan or Amr
a good feeling to have a rest.
It's a relief. It's a relief. Some of the young guys came up from the junior teams, and when you're winning by like 15, 20 points in the fourth quarter, it gives some of us who are playing, 35, 40 minutes a night, it gives us a good break and a good rest that we need.
You've got somebody to give you a rest today?
Yeah, we got a couple more young guys here today.
I better check my list.
Thank you.
Abdul Halim, how vital is tonight's match against the Al Shamal club?
First of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's like, as I told you, it's not an easy game or a hard game. We're just going to do our best. And what we're aiming for is the top. So it doesn't matter who we're facing. What matters most is how we play and how we put the plan of coach and the team spirit in the court.
Julius Coles is on fire.
You can see
what are you expecting from him tonight? How will he counteract the Shamal attack?
As you said, I call him the floor general. So
I don't need to write.
It depends on him and us too to play his game. We would just want him as he plays. We don't want something extra. And as I told you, if we keep moving the ball and we play our basketball, it doesn't matter who we face.
You sit on equal third with Al Shamal. What does a win tonight mean to you?
But we want to be on top no matter what. So our goal now is to win this game and the next one.
What does a victory mean to you?
It's important. We are tied with them right now for third. So it gives us a little bit of cushion going into the next couple tough games. But at the same time, we just want to play well at the right time. So we don't want to act like, it's the finals today or anything, but it is an important game.
Play Al-Arabi and Al-Rafa following this match.
Yeah.
What is your strategy for these teams?
Just play hard, play well, play together. It's, to be honest, it doesn't matter who we play.
Welcome to the Rafa Sports Club as we host the Qatar Basketball League. I'm Samuel Rico. This is round 7, game 25 of 36 between the Al Wakrah and Al Shamal club. After 5 matches, both clubs sit in third place with 9 competition points. This will be the biggest game of the round as the winner will claim third place outright. You don't want to miss this match. Make sure that you find us on all our social media platforms, and our live stream channel is www.com/QatarBF. If you haven't already done so, smack that subscribe button and that notification ding bell. We would love to have you as a regular part of the QBF channel, where we focus on Qatar basketball news, views, reviews, and interviews. But first, allow me to introduce our special guest and my co-commentator, Anastasios Morales, who also happens to be the supervisor of the Qatar national team.
Thank you.
And the resident trivia expert. Welcome.
Thank you. For the less exaggeration than the previous times, but thank you anyhow. The introduction was great as always.
Tasus, welcome to the house as always. Al Wakrah and Al Shamal, 5 matches, 4 wins, 1 loss each, 9 competition points. What is really at stake here tonight?
We always say that the league is a marathon. But in the marathon, there are points in the race where you have to start the sprinting. This is the sprinting point. We go to the last, let's say, 3 games for both teams, which means we are closing at the end of the first round. In order to be in the final 4, the 4 best teams, you cannot lose this game. Either if you are Wakrah or Shamal, It's important, especially for Shamal, because they start around the 3 games, let's say the 3 games of, let's say, of the most difficult part of the season. Why? They play the 3 top teams in the league. They have to play Wakrah, Garafa, and Arabi. If they want to continue in the best 4 teams, even go 3, 2, or 1, they need to beat all 3 teams, or at least 2 out of the next 3 games. For Wakrah, it's the same, although their schedule is a little bit more easy as it goes for the next 2 games. It's an incredible, important game for both teams, since everybody's preparing for the second round, which is going to be a sprint.
Absolutely, and they're trying to get that buffer into the second round. Last week we saw Al Shamal stricken by injury. They had some players from the juniors on the bench for the first time. Will they apply the same strategy tonight?
It depends on how Faris Avdic feels. Faris Avdic made the difference in the previous victory. He was present. He gave them 20 extra high-quality minutes for the team. He gave them experience. He gave them a chance to rotate the 5 players, so to give a breath of fresh air to everybody that is not named Araxi or Berisvili. So we will see today also, because Wakrah has a bench. It's a team that uses their bench. They're playing with a 7-player rotation. So it will be important if Shamal can keep up with this rotation, or they will go 5 against 7. Hopefully, it depends on the condition for Faris Avdic, as we discussed.
Yeah. So you said Wakrah have the bench, but how will the coach penetrate the Shamal club and contain the likes of Araxi and Berisvili?
You cannot. You have to play them. You have to play them. This is the case for them until Faris Avdic will be 100%, so he can play all 40, 35 minutes to give to to Kosar and to Omar some more time to rest, and to Amar, of course, who is the big guy and he's the veteran. So until you have Faris Avdic 100%, you cannot rotate Araxi and Berisvili.
There's a battle within the war. We have the 2 international Shamals, Wael Araxi and Wakrah's Julius Coles, points per game. Wael at the moment he leads with 35.6, Coles at 32.4. How will this battle proceed tonight?
It's huge. It's the duel of the week, because these are the 2 players. It's not only what they give on the statistical standpoint, what they give for their clubs. The 4-1 record for both teams is a result of them leading them as their point guards and coming from 2 different schools. Julius Coles is American, while Araxi is Lebanese, and both of them have aspiration of being top in a very difficult Qatar basketball league. I think we see an exceptional duel, and the defense for each team against those 2 players, how Coach Ihab and how Coach Hassan will decide to defend them, for me, will be the key to win this game.
So let's look at the starting 5 and go ahead as they go head to head. Wakrah, we've got Abdul Rahman, Abdul Halim. We've got Julius Coles, then Nicholas Stover, 30 Irfan Saeed, and Amar Hassan at number 99. I mean, we look at the Shamal club, Omar Al-Hamid, Wael Araxi, Faris Avdic, Abdul Qassar, Omar Salim, and Mikhail Berisvili. Now, we understand that Abdul Qassar is carrying an injury, and Faris Avdic also is carrying a slight injury from an operation that he had earlier on.
Correct. And he's not 100%. In the previous game, we praised the way that Shamal and especially their experienced coach managed the load for Faris. He didn't play more than 20 minutes. He was extremely effective. With Abdul Qassar having an injury, or if he's not also 100%, this caused another big problem for Shamal, who is injury riddled all this season. If you can see on the bench, the tallest guy on the court, it's outside. It's Emir Mujkic. He is recovering from a problem in the back, and he will be ready, hopefully, for Shamal at the end of the second round. So it's a team that needs to play through these injuries. There is no other option. There is no other solution for them. And they have done unbelievable job so far. I mean, 4-1 record. Only, let's say, the loss, 12 Sad was out of their side. Something came to us as a sort of surprise, which was not surprise, because Al Sad this year is extremely competitive.
So if, let's say Faris is in a lot of pain, is it possible, like other sports, where you can put the player for psychological reasons, leave them on the court? Is there a position that he can play where he won't be that much involved in the game?
Me and you, we don't want to be right now in Coach Hassan place because he's been in a rock and a hard place for Faris. He's coming from a surgery. He's feeling pain. He put him on the court for psychological reasons for him and for the club, and he did a great job. Now, as you found out, pain came back. So how you use this depends on the player. And Faris is a hard-nosed player, he's a hard worker. I think he will go to pain to play through this pain, and will ease a little bit the load for Coach Hassan to try to find another option. They have options now on the benches, but they're not the options that a champion like Shamal can rely on to win. It's not be fair for them to say, okay, Faris is not playing, let's use somebody of the young team. It's not going to work. They are champions.
Fair enough, and rightly so. Let's have a look at the standings for the 9 teams. We've got Al Arabi, who've played 6. So Gharrafa have got 1 in hand. Al Arabi have taken the lead with 11 points. Gharrafa, after 5 matches, undefeated, 10 points. They still have 1 match in hand. So if they win their match, they will go to 12 points.
Yes.
And they'll be outright.
It's also, we need just to inform our viewers that due to the system for the second round, it is important to win everything you can in the first round. You carry the points because it's going to be next 2 groups, and you need to beat everybody. So you'll be in good position to finish in the top 4 in the second round. So that's why now we are sprinting. It's a marathon, but now we need to keep up to make the pace faster. This is why I'm saying it's so important today's game between these 2 teams. Is Gharrafa, as we said, it's undefeated so far. They had only the first game, and this surprise, with Al Sadd was the first game they beat an opponent with less than 30 points. They beat by 8. Wakrah, for them, it's extremely important because if they win today's game, it seems that they're going to be in the top 4 at the end of the first round. It's sure that it looks like the record is already there, but they will be in a good position to fight for position number 1. Because don't forget, we have this fight also. The battle for the first place in the end of the first round.
Okay, so we've got Wakrah and Shamal. The first warning bell has just gone off. They both sit on 9 points. They've had 5. They've played 5 matches, 4 wins and 1 loss each. Their ratio: win-win, loss, win-win.
Correct.
This is for the Wakrah club. On the other hand, I'm looking at Shamal. They've got a win-loss, win-win-win. Could this be the win?
It's an extremely difficult game. It will end up, again, I believe, for Shamal, how Faris Abdic feels today. If he can go more than 20 to 30 minutes, they have a legitimate chance to fight against Wakrah. If not, if they have only a 5-player rotation, Wakrah is the heavy favorite because it's the most controlled team. They have won already the Qatar Cup. They are experienced. They have a good rotation. It's a team that right now with Gharrafa, Arabi, for me are the teams to beat in our league. Shamal can be if everybody is healthy.
Thank you for that quite in-depth analysis, Tasus. A opportunity to thank our wonderful partners and sponsors. Go for it.
Yeah, of course. But no surprise.
No surprises.
Okay.
No, you can't smell anything.
So this broadcast is brought to you by Qatar Basketball Federation. Qatar Olympic Committee we are working under their umbrella. It's our family. And Qatar 2022 always with us. Discover Qatar has done an unbelievable job helping us in the 2 bubbles that we have organized in a 1-week span. McDonald's with the great meals that even now they're providing. Qatar Living, our broadcast partner, is Al-Qas, the Qatar's leading sports channel. And of course, we'll never forget Al Watan newspaper, the printed publisher for Federation.
And we've still got COVID-19 restrictions around in the country. And we ask everybody, we've got nobody here except the players and the coaches, everybody to take as much precaution as they can.
It's good to explain only to the people because maybe they see us without masks. We have our masks. We make our tests one day the previous day, and we take our mask out only during the broadcast due to sound reasons. You cannot have the sound with the mask on, but we always carry our mask. We always protect ourselves. We stay safe and we play our game.
Correct. We are all part of what we call a bubble.
Correct.
Where once we conduct our CPRs, 2 days later, the CPR tests arrive. And then if you are negative, you are allowed to attend the court and the matches. Otherwise, you cannot be here whatsoever.
Correct. And we need to explain that in order to play or to attend or to enter the premises of the Qatar Basketball Federation and the Garafa gym, you need to be tested negative each time we conduct this test, which is 2 days prior to the first game of the week. And we continue. The social distancing is one part. We're protecting our families, ourselves. We follow the rules, so we have an as possible return to normality, and hopefully all over the world will come to this. Qatar has done an unbelievable job on this part. We can go outside, we can visit our people, always protecting ourselves and protecting the others, but we still can. Whereas, unfortunately, in Europe is not the case. And hopefully everybody will turn to normality soon.
We certainly hope so. That is the case for everybody very soon, sooner than expected. So we welcome you wherever you may be watching from around the world. For all your news, views and reviews, including interviews, find us on our social media platforms or join us on our YouTube live stream channel, www.qatar.bf. You are watching round 7, game 25 of 36. Just about to tip off very shortly between the home side, Wakrah, who's hosting the Shamal club. Both teams, they sit on equal third place. Both teams with 9 competition points. There's the number 11, Abdul Halim, the captain. I spoke to him earlier, and he said it doesn't really matter who we play. For us, it's just another match, and we want to be on top. What do you think he meant by we want to be on top?
Because it's a league that you have more than 5 or 6 teams that can compete for the league roster-wise, and you have, I think, 7 or 8 teams that can be competitive on any given night. So, yes, I think aspiration, especially for the top 4 teams, can be winning the league.
There's a tip-off. Ball straight hands, straight to Coles. So Ferris makes the appearance.
A correct move from Coach Hassan. Faris started the game because if you have an injury, always the physios and the doctors say you need to start your game so you are ready fresh from the warm-up.
Aragji takes them on. Too long. Coles comes away with it. Coles under the rim, unsuccessful. Away with Ahmad. Ferris. And the ball has been intercepted. Abdul Halim. Not quite there. A flying Irfan Saeed was coming, couldn't get hold of it. But Wakrah, first 2 points of the match.
Come a little bit of a surprise because both teams tried to run. We expected a more 5-on-5 game, but they look like they would like to run. Let's see.
And Arakji is in the mix of it. Barrage Valley. Unsuccessful. It's Coles. Finds Hassan. To Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim off the rim. And he comes at the Superman. Up he goes, and a rejection. A rejection from Nicholas Stover, the number 24 for Wakrah. And he gets a huge applause from the bench.
A great defensive transition from Wakrah. They showed exactly the same defensive focus playing against Sad, where Sad didn't score in the last 8 minutes of the game. They continue with the same defensive, let's say, focus.
Omar Salim gets his team's first 2 points. Abdul Halim. Coles. Coles to Hassan. Hassan, he finds Saeed. Saeed back to Stover. Stover makes sure of it. 5-2. Wakrah. 7:51 left on the clock. And Faris. Was looking for the equalizer, couldn't find it. 7:40 left on the clock.
But also very good defensive transition for Faris. He missed the shot. He turned back. He put his body against Emre. He helped his team avoiding one basket.
Coles. From Hassan to Stover. Stover to Abdul Halim.
Excellent spin move, Sam. Excellent spin move from Abdel Halim Yehia, or KD as we know him. He turned his body around Berisville and he scored. They want to post him from the first moment, so it's a good sign that he scored in his second possession under the basket.
And he extends his team's points at 8-2, 7:28 left on the clock. The Superman.
The foul, this is on Irfan, and this is the two players that have been the starters for Qatar national team in 2006 in their World Cup campaign. So it's good to see them still acting and active, of course, on the court.
And lending their experience, of course. And a mess up. Salim. Aragji. Aragji. Two defenders on Aragji. The frustration. We saw Aragji when he is defended on. He loses his composure.
He sees he wants his teammate to take the better position so he can pass. Coach of Wakrah has a straight strategy. On the pick and roll, he's going to go heads out. He will attack the pick and roll of Aragji. So he will send two players to take the ball out of his hands to leave the others try to control.
And he's gone without the ball. Coles. Directing his players. Saeed.
Great defense from Amara down the court. Both teams are playing excellent defense. Even though Wakrah is up 8-2, both they try to prevent their opponents scoring the basket. Easy basket.
Aragji will have to do more passing because he's very well marked. Omar, Hamid. Hamid loses the ball. Turnover. Stover. Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim hooks up with Coles. Saeed to Stover. Stover goes for the three. Too long.
Very good defense from Faris one more time. Let's see if the strategy for the coach of Wakrah, Coach Ihab, will continue. He will try to take the ball from Aragji and try to push the others to beat Wakrah.
So Aragji, this time he's got it in.
Sam, this is a great move. He rejected the screen. This is a reject move, as they say. What he did, he didn't take the screen. He went opposite the screen of his teammate, which defense sometimes is not expecting this. He attacked immediately the defense, which they're expecting him to go left. He went right to his, let's say, weak hand, and he made an unbelievable basket.
And he found an opening. And he has one more point on the scoreboard. 8 plays 5. 5:53 left on the clock. Abdul Halim for 3. Not quite there. So definitely this has asked the Shamal team to change their strategy, because relying on Akraji up in the middle like previous matches, it's not working. He's getting 2 and 3 defenders on him.
Correct. And he started a little bit, let's say, not focused. But Aragji now, he passes the ball or he reads better the defense. It's up to him to control the tempo the way he wants.
Saeed went from under the rim, unsuccessful. Berejveli off the mark. Coles now brings it back. He finds Saeed.
And the reverse move, the foul from Omar Salem, which is his second. A quick problem for from Al Shamal. And this is the result of another very careful, quick play from Wakrah. They attacked him. They put the ball on Irfan. Second foul for Amara. It's more important even than if it was a basket, because there is no sub.
So Saeed breaks the deadlock. 9-8, 4:59 left on the clock. One more throw to go, and he's got that one in as well. 10-8. Wakrah, they lead the Shamal club. A tussle. This is a rumble in the jungle.
Desert.
Hamid. Ferris. Arakji. Again, he takes on the defense. There's three of them in there. As soon as he gets it, they're sweeping in on him.
They try to close every path to the basket. They try to close his vision for pass inside. They will allow him to pass left or right on the 45 degrees, but not straight down to the basket or have a clear path to the basket. That's why he needs to act faster and smarter.
Beresveli will have to get more involved in this match to help Superman. Ease the pressure. He's not having a good day at the office at the moment.
But they try to do also something smart. They try to take shots with Beresveli, so at the end defense will go to him and give some space to Arakji. It's a great chess game between the two excellent top-level coaches.
Superman to Beresveli, walks in to Hamid. It's the rim, bounces away. Back to Hamid, under the rim this time. Again, too long. Salem, Ferris. Ferris tries to pop it up to Salem, is waiting there, wasn't expecting it. And the rebound unsuccessful. Coles that takes it away. He finds it Stover.
Irfan Ali had complained a lot to his teammates, and he was right, because nobody helped on the rebound. Let's not forget, rebound is not only for the big guys. Everybody needs to help. Everybody needs to go inside or block out his player outside. They lost 3 defensive rebounds. This is a problem that the coach of Wakrah will address to it. I think that's why they brought also their captain Ahmed Darwish inside. He's a very good rebounder. He's the brain and the heart of this team.
So Ahmed Darwish, the number 20, is on for the Wakrah team, a former national player. Currently still playing?
Of course, he's 30. Come on. I know that we will go young, but you need always the brain and the heart of players like Darwish.
Yeah. He is the pulse. And speaking of Darwish, that's him with the ball now.
And as we said exactly, he went inside, he took the rebound that the other guards couldn't take. Simple things that experienced teams know how to handle.
So Darwish replaces Hassan. Stover tried the unthinkable.
Good foul from Faris. He didn't want to allow Stover to score, but it's the 4th team foul for Shamal. And Stover just missed 2 free throws, so we'll see if Faris did the correct thing by fouling Nick Stover. But you will see the game of Wakrah immediately, how changed with Darwish inside. Now they don't dribble a lot, they will pass a lot the ball, they will try to find the open spots, they will play more fundamental basketball.
And Stover gets a double. 12-8, 2:56 left on the clock. As Superman comes away with it for the Al Shamal club. Hooks up with, takes on another rejection by Abdel Halim. Great work by Superman, but it was defected.
Unbelievable job from Yehia, from KD. The help defense He came and he was focused. Great job for him and great returning defense to offense. Wakrah is playing their basketball. This is their game. Serious, good defense. They run when they can. Solid team on 5-on-5. Shamal needs to regroup a little bit, find a way to put more points with other players than RXC.
Shamal, I'm currently seeing the Wakrah team. They look the better side at this stage. They have a better combination, better understanding of each other's plays. They also have the upper hand, and they're all almost 2 meters tall.
Correct. This is excellent observation. We're speaking about both teams are big, but Wakrah is bigger. I mean, when you have your point guard 193, your shooting guard with Ahmed Al-Darwish 194, and everybody's over 2 meters after, yes, you have a big team. And this is what some people forget when we say that Qatar League is difficult. Qatar League is difficult for one simple reason. It has size in all positions. It's, let's say, close to have, okay, the talent is not like in Europe, but it has the size like in Australia or in Europe, big guards, big forwards, and centers. This is the difficult part in our league. You don't have too many short kids. You have always big guys checking on you.
Basketbal, we expect a little bit. We want him to be on target. All the shots he's had for the 3 points have been unsuccessful so far. He needs to start to land on it to build his confidence and to pull his team across with him.
They'll need RXC on this part. He'll need to serve the ball in the correct way so he can have them involved since all defense is collapsing on him.
Stover, another opportunity to increase the lead for his team. 2:42 left on the clock. Al-Wakrah 14, Al-Shamal 8. First one, and that's it, and it rolls away.
Yeah, 2 out of 5 free throws, which is strange for Stover.
Superman. Basketbal looking for Superman, couldn't see him. Here comes Ferris. Ferris has shown no sign of injury yet.
Nope.
Yep.
He will never show anything since he's on the court. He's a guy who can play through pain.
14-10. Ahmad to Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim goes without the ball. It's been stripped away. Here's Basketbal. There's nobody home for the number 17. 14-12, 1:55 left on the clock.
This is the problem sometimes for Wakrah when they do something out of their book. Like Kehia trying to dribble and attack from outside inside. They are the best when they do the simple things that they know as a fundamentally sound good team.
Darwish goes himself. Finds it short. Superman. And there's that defense, and there's that pass that we've been talking about. Ferris now. Ferris with a flick of the wrist finds the equalizer. 14, 1:11 left on the clock in the first quarter.
6-0 run for Shamal with Faris scoring 4 points in a row.
Abdul Halim is dangerous every time he gets the ball. But not on this occasion as Superman goes for the 3-pointer, unsuccessful. Coles now finds himself with the ball. He slowly brings it up.
Very smart defense from RXC. He is not only, as we say, he is a player of high IQ. He puts his IQ on the court, you have only good things on offense and defense. What he did, he saw Irfan running with speed. He put his body, he sacrificed himself, he put his body in front of him. Smart offensive foul. Easy basketball.
Easy basket. So as a result, he found himself flying on the ground as opposed to flying in the air. There's Superman, Ferris, a ditch, and it's there. Great supporting role. Excellent work.
Supporting role with 6 points. No, but it's true.
Yeah.
This is what they were missing. The guy who can constantly do the simple and the small things like Faris Abdis can do in a game.
13 seconds left on the clock. Al-Shamal find themselves in the lead for the very first time in the quarter and the match. Darwish for 3 pointers hits the rim. And here comes Superman for a long one before the time runs out. And that is quarter time, 16-14. Al-Shamal, they take the lead a couple of seconds before the quarter time.
You know what we forgot to say? We said about how Wakrah is defending Araxi. What about how Shamal defending Coles? 0 points in 10 minutes.
Very good observation.
Great defensive plan from Coach Hassan Hossad of Al Shamal. They do an unbelievable good job on take a guy of 32 points. He has 0 points. Araxi has 3. So both coaches take excellent and in their defensive missions that they have put to their players. Now they need to find another way. Shamal is finishing with 8-0 run, great run. Some, especially this is what the coaches say. A timeout is successful when they change something. Coach of Shamal called a timeout, 14-8, 8-0 run the last 2 minutes. This is a good timeout. So now we're waiting the reaction from Al Wakrah. And their coach, they're extremely experienced coaching staff, but they make already Abdallah to help on the defense on Faris Avdic.
So it looks like Darwish will be part of the starting lineup for the second quarter.
Yeah,
he's been very effective. I mean, just have a look at them. I'm looking at them now. They're all the same height.
Yeah,
Darwish is the shortest guy there.
192.
And he is the shortest guy.
No, the shortest guy is Julius scores by 1 point. 193 is Darwish, 192 is Coles. Yes, it's a big thing. That's exactly. Yeah. This is the way our league goes. We have two. The size is like Shamal. Look at Shamal. There is really the small forward. He's 2 meters 5. Faris is 2 meters 1, and it's, let's say, another forward. Arax is 190.
They certainly have the reach, speed, agility, skill. It's all there for both teams. As we get ready to start the second quarter of the Qatar Basketball National League, coming to you live from the Rafah Sports Club. Samuel Rico and Tassus in the house. Salem for 3. It's the steal. Bounces in the hands of Darwish.
I think I saw zone defense from Wakrah. We'll see if it is the case.
Coles. The zone defense is not working there. He went through 4 people.
First basket of the game exactly after the timeout, the break between the 2 periods. Looks like Coach Galal explained exactly what he needed from his top scorer.
Ferris very effective under the rim.
8 points in a row for him. They post him. He's 2 meters 1. People tend to forget this. He's long. He's tall. Difficult to defend.
And agile.
Correct.
Stover uses the glass.
Nice movement without the ball. Nice assist from Darwish. This is how Wakrah wants to play.
18.
It's a very good game. And it's a zone defense.
So I take it the team that defends the best will be victorious at the end of this evening.
Correct observation, Sam. This is a defensive-minded game also. As we go through the end of the first round, the good team, all the teams, they will try to play the better defense they can.
Coles hands it over to Darwish. We've got another sub.
Swiss. This is Darwish 3-pointer. A very good play from Nick Stover this time. He returned the favor. He passed the ball. Darwish executed the 3.
So Abdullah Sahir is on, number 22 for Al Wakrah. I think Abdullah, he played in the States at some stage?
No. Abdullah is also part of the long version of national team. He had a big injury 2 years ago. He was like 1 year outside. This year he's coming back, and it's good news for Coach Ihab Galal to have him on the court. He has 2 points, good defense on Arax. 7-0 run for Wakrah.
23-18, 7:17 on the clock. Salem under the rim. And a foul by Abdullah.
This is what you said about size. You can bring a guy like Abdullah who can defend 3, 4, 5. Amar is very difficult. Omar Salem, or Amar as we know him, the nickname, is difficult to defend there in the low post, but still you have a big body of 2 meters, of 198 there. This is what you meant about big bodies.
So 23 plays at 21. Al Wakrah lead by 2 points at 7 minutes left on the clock. Darwish takes on the defense. He hooks up out wide with Saeed. Saeed unsuccessful. Superman. Giving instructions to his players, telling them where he wants them to be.
It's a 2-3 zone. A little matchup, I think.
Ferris Valley. A flick back to Ferris, who comes and underneath the rim. What's that? 10 points for him now.
It's Faris against Wakrah so far. He plays great basketball, but is out of the context of Shamal play. They know that the defense is focused on Aragzi. Faris, who is extremely old, his basketball IQ is very high. He sees the opening, he goes inside, 10 points. 10 out of 13 points of Shamal for him.
Saeed.
Smart play for one reason also. Amara has two fouls. Erfan knows this, so he will go directly to him because
he's got
he
to be
cannot
careful,
have him
absolutely.
to the third foul.
So Arakji, Ferris Valley. And he's been intercepted by Stover, the number 24 for Wakrah. He finds Saeed and easily gets his 2 points. 27-23, the lead slowly starting to stretch for the Al Wakrah club. 5:35 left in the second quarter. And here he is again.
There is great plays from Faris.
Faris Avdic.
And it's smart because what he does, he sees Arax and Beresvili, they attract the defense. They don't touch the ball. Ball goes to Faris. 12 out of 15 points of Shamal from Faris Avdic.
And that's their style that they have to adapt tonight. Because Wakrah are not only tall, and they're also very fast. Saeed for 3, not there.
It's an offensive foul, I think, on Abdullah Saker or Abdullah Matalke. That's why sub immediately with Abdurrahman Abdul Halim. Or can I say KD?
Oh, you can say KD.
Yeah, come on, help me. Or Amara, because we know. Shorten the name. You shortened my name, correct? Anastasios Menkitasos. So it's easier. The zone of Wakrah is a little bit. It's like a zone. It's a 2-3 zone with Darwish in the middle, which turns to 3-2.
So we've got Qatar and Salem free, but the ball doesn't come anywhere near them on the fringes. Stover comes back in, hooks up with Coles. Coles goes for 3 points. And bounces out of bounds.
Coles starts to look a little bit nervous about his points. And this was rust from his part, this shot.
But we're speaking about the defense of Wakrah, but what about the defense of Shamal on Coles himself?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, smart and effective.
He hasn't been able to breathe. He's been suffocated, and as a result, he's also had to apply the same strategy Arakji has been doing all night, is pass the ball. As Abdul Halim comes away with it. Stover. Saeed. Ooh. And Saeed is playing the same role as Ferris. He's taken all the pressure, the deflection away from the other players.
Correct.
And he's starring for Wakrah. Qatar has been very quiet. Hamid, almost there. Darwish.
With Faris out, now Shamal tries to open the court with some with spot shooters. They had already their first, they didn't make it, but they will shoot more, I think, in the minutes to come.
So Qatar replaced Faris. Faris taking a well-earned break. 3:13 left on the clock. Arakji. using Qatar as a deflection. Hamid for the three-pointer. It's there this time.
It's a big shot for
and they
Shamal.
needed that one. 28-29.
They need it so they will put pressure on the defense of Wakrah. They will have to take care also of Omar now. They cannot allow him to shoot. He made his first shot for the corner.
And Stover looking to reply with his own three-pointer. Unsuccessful. Barrage Valley shakes and shoots. And that's another three-pointer.
It's a timeout 3, as they say. You make this shot, immediately you force the other coach to call timeout in order to fix his defense. 2 3-pointers in a row against the zone defense. Coach Ihab is smart and with experience. He knows that now he will change his defense a little bit. He needs to adjust. Very good place for Shamal. Faris went out, so they spread the court. Excellent spacing means give to the players space to move. 2 open threes, 2 for 2. They're up by 2, running a 6-0 run.
Would you leave Faris off, or would you bring him back on this corner?
I will use what Coach Hassan always say: you will live and die with Faris. He's a kid that today he scored, so we're seeing his scoring. We see how effective he can do. Always simple things. He can pass the ball. He will defend all the time. He is the player that he's not a star, but he's a player that you always need to be on a team, and you cannot live without him. Everybody feels better with him on the court. The same. You need to have these players. We have the stars, we have the Supermen, we have the superheroes, but you need those who do the dirty job, either it's scoring or rebounding or defending or passing.
Well, he's playing like a star tonight, even though the injury is there. He did say to me, and I felt for the young kid, he said to me, I may play, I may not play. So I wish him all the best, and I still do now. We hope for a quick recovery from whatever pain he may be suffering as cold. .2:10 left on the clock. 31 plays at 29. Shamal, they lead the Al Wakrah club. Al Wakrah, of course, in the blue, in the white and blue and black stripes, and Shamal in the red and white grey stripes. It's
an unbelievable physical game today also, Sam. You see now how Abdul Qasar put his body in front of a running Nick Stover, who is also a big guard from his own right. So this is a physical league. This is what we always say. This is a physical and a strong league, and difficult to overcome these simple things, these small things. We look small from outside, but inside, if you play, you see how difficult it is to pass through strong bodies.
Stover. .30-31, 2:10 left on the clock. And Superman comes away with it. Van Salem. So Faris back on. And there he is with the ball now. He dummies, he shakes, turns. And the ball slapped out of his possession by the very experienced Darwish.
And great defense. That's why immediately timeout, because Faris met his match on the other side. Because you cannot play without Darwish if you are Wakrah. You need him there to defend, to pass, to take the rebounds, to do small things. Coles will score, Erfan will rebound, Stover will score, KD will do the other things, but you need the spine of it. Every team needs a spine and a brain. These players like Faris and Darwish are the spine of these teams. The defense there. Faris was scoring easily prior against Yehia, against Abdallah, 12 points. Darwish put his body there, he stopped him, he deflected the ball. Coach Hassan calls timeout.
Very good game. He was rattled. He was in shock. Hey, how could you do that?
we thought it was easier there. Yes. Can you believe that we have a game where Araxi has 3 points and Coles 2. And it's a great basketball game without them scoring.
And we did mention at the outset that both are first and second in points per game. Wow. The defense from both teams is phenomenal on these players. 1:49 left on the clock. This is the second quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League. Coming to you live from the Wakrah Sports Club. Rico and Tassus in the house. Salim for 3. It's the rim, bounces away in the hands of Saeed. Saeed to Coles. Coles edges it out. Looking for support. Abdul Halim to Sahir. Sahir flicks it.
Too much passing.
A vital error.
Too much passing and a great pass inside for Yehia to finish on the mismatch with Araxi, but he didn't do. He preferred to pass, follow the Wakrah game, and too much passing.
You cannot do this in a game.
The coach loves it, but
so
not
intense.
until you see a shot clock violation.
So, Stover. Coles meets 4 defenders. Of course, he was going to lose it with 4 defenders there. Superman comes away with it. Takes on the defense. Very rarely seen in this quarter. Another layup with his right hand.
Exactly. He saw it's 4 minutes. He hasn't tried even to shoot in the last 4 minutes. The moment he saw something open, he went for it.
He took advantage of it, and now Darwish looking for a 3-pointer from outside the boundary. Unsuccessful as Superman comes away with the ball. Not much in support from his players yet as they try to get into position. 23 seconds left on the clock. Superman trying to direct his players, looking for the move. Back to Hamid. Hamid goes for the 3-pointers. Too long. As Stover comes away with it. Shamal. And you can hear the bench for Wakrah counting the time. Coles goes for 3. Short. And that is at the halftime siren. 33 as Shamal. They lead by 3 points over the Wakrah club. What an exciting match. This is probably the best match we've seen. Probably all.
The best technical match. Maybe the second best. The equally best to the best we have seen so far. Was the Qatar with Arabi, but it's for me the best game here so far. It's so far, fundamental basketball, even if you don't see the superstar like Arabi scoring or Coles scoring. This is a fundamental basketball. This is great job from 2 experienced coaches preparing their teams for a battle of 40 minutes, not only 20. They have done great job both. Even you see Coles has Coles has 2 points, 1 out of 5. He took only 5 shots because he saw that he cannot, the defense. Araxi went a little bit more further, but not in the last 5 minutes. In the best part of Shamal game, Araxi passed the ball, facilitates for others. He has 2 out of 10 shots, but he didn't force anything. 1 turnover, both for Coles and for Araxi, showing the leadership from both. They don't force more things. They saw the last 5 minutes is not going their way. The other team is closing on them, so they pass the ball. They ease the way to their teammates to score. Like Faris Abdis, who has 12 points, and for me, so far, he is the MVP of the game.
He is.
On the other hand, you have 10 points from Stover, but for me, Erfan Ali Said is the MVP for Wakrah because of his presence also on the rebounding end.
Most of Stover's points have come from free shots.
From fast break shots.
From fouls.
Easier a little bit from them. But Stover has an overall good game. Only the free throws is a problem for them. 3 out of 7, which is very low, under 50% for the scorer. It's low, but it looks like this can happen when you have such a tough game, such a physical game. Takes out the last breath of you. And free throw is all about being calm, being focused, and you cannot be calm and focused with so much difficult plays. It's physical plays. Great game.
Great game, a super game. Let's talk about some of the other basketball events that we have coming up. At the moment, the Qatar Olympic Committee Beach Games 2020 first edition kicked off last night for the men's 3x3. This was a follow-up and a legacy left behind by the ANOC World Cup, World Beach Games in Qatar 2019. A very successful 12 matches last night. This is, I mean, what do you think about Qatar Olympic Committee hosting the beach games? 4 different disciplines have been played across 15 days.
This is a great opportunity to continue sports life at its normality. And beach games, it's part of Qatar's legacy with a huge success of last year ANOC Games. You need to continue, and not to continue only by having the big worldwide event with the cameras and everything. You can have internal events with people involved and playing and trying to do their best. For me, it's a great idea. You need to have games in any level that you can have them. Let the people and the athletes be on the court, be on the beach courts, play beach volleyball, beach handball, beach football, 3-on-3. It's the best way.
So what I noticed last night, a lot of the teams were either junior mixed players, or they injected their youngsters and introduced them to the 3x3. A lot of talent I saw last night, and a very good strategy by the clubs to give these guys an introduction to such a high level at 3x3.
It is what 3-on-3 is all about. It's about helping young kids or players that they cannot follow the 5-on-5, which is okay. This is the basketball, of course. Cannot follow the steps. You can be busy, you can be active, you can be competitive, you can win prizes, win medals. It's an Olympic sport right now, and it's another option if you cannot do what we're seeing now from the high-level players. And also for the high-level players is a good option to relax a little bit, don't have this up and down, don't have this all the physicality, all the practices. 3-on-3 is more of a athlete player, not athlete-friendly game. You can just go and play. Feel like you were when we were young. We used to play 3-on-3 in Greece, for example, in the 80s and the 90s, which is normal because this is what you do. You go with 3 friends, you have other 3 on the other court, let's go and play.
As FIBA says, from the streets to the world stage, and that's where it is at the moment. I was speaking to some of the 5-on-5 players that were participating last night. They really struggled. They really struggled in extremely cold conditions.
It's the cold condition. It's how tough it is. Everything is. The ball is a 6 size, not 7. It's heavier because you need to play outside, but everybody will tell you it's a great experience. They love it because it's like we turn back to their youth when you just go and play and have fun.
So let's talk about now the FIBA Asia Cup World Qualifiers. We've got we will be hosting them again in Qatar in February.
Correct.
You've got some dates for some of the matches.
Yes, there will be 4 matches in Doha. It's a bubble for the Group E, our group, which means Iran, Saudi Arabia, Syria, and Qatar will play on the 19th. We don't know the times yet, but so far the schedule from FIBA is on the 4 o'clock on the 19th of February. We'll play Saudi Arabia versus Syria, and at 7 o'clock Qatar versus Iran. 21st, first game of the day. Until now, it is subject to change. Don't forget this. It will be Saudi versus Iran, and the last game of the group, and this part of the qualifiers, Syria versus Qatar.
So this will be window 3 and the final window.
Before going to another qualification round, don't know how it's going to happen because let's not forget that we are not by ourselves. It's not only Qatar. You have East Asia who they haven't played the previous window, or they haven't played 2 previous any windows, so they need to put a bit up on the race, and if they can play, because you never know the restrictions that they have in the countries. So it's going to be the last window for our group. I do not know if it's going to be like last games or whatever. We will see. It's an ongoing thing. FIBA knows best about the situation, and they will handle it the best way possible.
So we've got the first and second automatically qualify from each group.
Correct.
So what happens if Qatar comes third? Do they have a chance?
There is a qualification round where the six three teams of all groups will play in a single qualification tournament. Four out of six will continue to the Asia Cup final stage, which is a very good chance for everybody, because I think the level, this is something that it's normal. In West Asia, the level is much higher in a totality than in East Asia. In East Asia, you have great teams like Australia, Japan, China, Korea. But this is it. New Zealand, of course, and but this you don't. Here, for example, you have in the West Asia, you have 16 teams. All of them are competitive. All of them can be in the Asia Cup finals. All of them can do something. Look in our group. It is first Iran, Saudi, Syria, Qatar. Everybody with one. They have teams with one victory, with two victories. Games go overtime. Or in the Bahrain group, where you had Iraq and India fighting. It's West Asia has become the strongest, let's say, part of Asia so far, and this is good for basketball. When West Asia is playing that high, it's a little difficult for the teams now, for the national teams, where you have 12 teams and only 6 or maybe 8 can go. But it's still great for West Asia to have such a strong tournaments everywhere to play.
Do we know which company will host the Cup final, and when is the Cup final?
Yes, it is on 16th of August. Indonesia will host the event. And this is why they try to see if the qualification round will be hosted in Indonesia prior to the main event, or a separate tournament in June after the Olympic qualifying tournaments for 3-on-3 and for 5-on-5 also. It's an ongoing process. This pandemic is, for me, it's taking the best out of everybody. You see how we adjusted, we adapted, and we tried to play. The bubble idea was excellent, both for 3-on-3 and for 5-on-5. So there will be an idea how we play the qualification round, or how the teams will continue, or how this whole thing will be at the final stage.
So both teams back on court for their warm-up. 5 minutes out from the third quarter. Al-Shamal, they did take a late lead, 33-30 over the Wakrah club. A sensational match that we have been witnessing here. Both teams applying the same strategy. They're choking their supermen.
Yes, take the ball out of
and
them.
As a result, other players have come to the forefront and have been taking taken a leading role.
Correct. They taking the ball out of their supermen's hands, and say to the other four, they dare the other four to beat them. They say, you have to beat us. No calls, no Araxi. Other 4 guys beat us. And it's a scale, it's an escalation, because also there is Vili that taking care of. Wakrah tries to put more pressure on him. Same goes for Shamal about mixed over number 24. So you have the other 3 guys. They have more opportunities to be effective, and this is where the game will end up, my opinion. Coles will score more points. Arax will score more points in the second half, 100%. But they will not going to dictate the outcome of the game. It will be the other players that will make the difference, who's going to win this game, which is extremely important, not only for these 2 teams, but for all the 6 teams that they try to reach the Final Four.
So let's thank our wonderful partners and sponsors who have been with us for many years, I guess. We thank the Qatar Olympic Committee, where the federation is a branch underneath them. Thank the Qatar Basketball Federation for their wonderful coverage of this event. Thank you to the Qatar 2022, Discover Qatar. Thank you to McDonald's for those delicious voucher meals. Thank you to Qatar Living. A big thank you to our broadcast partner, Al-Kas. They are the leading sports channel.
You hide it. You hide it. You hide it. I'm sure about you hide it. I'm 100% sure.
I did not hide anything. I didn't bring any.
You ate it.
You would have smelled.
You ate it.
You would have smelled the chips. You would have smelled the delicious, mouth-watering.
You inhale it.
Chicken.
Don't. You inhale it. Finish.
Thank you to the Watan newspaper, reminding all our viewers and listeners, wherever they may be, that COVID restrictions are still in place, and that's why you do not see any spectators at any of our matches for now.
You see, but you have an access for the families of the players, and for other teams, it's approved. But for the fans, we try to keep it as safe as possible, because, as we said, everybody involved needs to be tested, and there is a separate entrance for the farm. If somebody wants to follow, no whatsoever connection with the bubble that we have inside. Nothing, because we try to keep everybody safe. Qatar is doing an unbelievable job with this, and all sports will follow the certain path.
We are witnessing the biggest game of the round, probably the biggest game of phase one.
The first final.
It could be.
It is the first final, yeah.
It could be so.
It is
both
the first
teams
final.
They sit in equal third spot. Both teams have won 4 matches, have lost 1, and sit on 9 points. Their strategy, even watching them, their strategy is so similar. They have the 2 top scoring players, Rakji in 1 and Coles on the other, of all the competition. The next nearest, I think, is 26 points. They both sit. Coles is on 32, while Rakji is on 35. A very similar strategy. The competition table looks something like this. Al-Arabi with 6 matches, they sit on top with 11 points. Al-Gharafa with 5 matches, 1 up their sleeve, they sit on 10. Al-Wakrah and Al-Shamal, they sit in 3rd place, both on 9 points. Followed by Qatar Sports Club, who's on 8, and Al-Sad on 7. Really, they're probably the only 2 teams that cause a threat to the top 4.
It is Qatar and Al-Sad. We were expecting both. Okay, Sad showed us from the Cups, even they're young, even it's not like it's the less experienced team out of them, that there will be a factor. And now they have the chance to prove it for one simple reason, Sam. All the games that they have left are with the teams that are under the 4th position, which there is a chance for them to go all the way. It means that's why everybody is waiting. Also, Qatar Sports Club with good additions this year. Everybody waits for this game now. Who is going to lose? It means to be, and we can be honest.
Yeah.
Everybody's checking on Shamal for one simple reason. They have more difficult games to play.
Yeah.
So they think about, okay, and because already Al-Sad has beaten Shamal. So they're waiting to see if Shamal will lose today, and then they have Arabi and Gharafa.
Yeah.
Maybe they're thinking about going 4th. So Al-Sad can catch them, for example. That's why Shamal wants to win badly this game, because Wakrah can feel more comfortable. They have beaten both Qatar Club and Sad with big differences. So no way to catch them. There is a sense of urgency for Shamal. Wakrah is always fighting. They're always trying. They will give everything they have. But they have the pressure on them because they follow with 2 extremely difficult games. And it's easily to drop 4-4. That's why you see how good they play today on the defense. Wakrah, on the other hand, they don't want to lose because they know they will not go 5th. They know this. It's very difficult. But they don't want to lose the race for the first 2 places.
Definitely. So this is, I'd say this is more important for the Shamal club than the Wakrah club. And it's a need to win for both of them as they want to remain in the top 4, because Qatar Sports Club and Al-Sad are breathing heavily on their necks. So let's go through some of the matches that are in round 7. Al-Ahli will play Gharafa tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Tonight we have, after our game, it's Rayan Arabi.
So we got, who are you picking now? I'm picking Gharafa. Okay. Both for Gharafa.
For both for Gharafa.
Al-Sad and Al-Khor.
Goes for Al-Sad. I think with Al-Khor, they play excellent basketball.
Wakrah and Shamal.
Oof. Overtime.
Overtime? Who will win in overtime?
Second overtime.
I want an answer. This could be the decisive separation between you and me.
Really, I cannot. Really. You cannot predict. Especially the way the first half was played. We cannot predict.
Al-Arabi and Rayan. Easily Al-Arabi.
It's Arabi.
So last week, you and me, we got 4 out of 4.
Nah,
we picked all 4 matches.
Yeah. But, because we are being a little bit of smart asses, as they say, because it's clear. Like, okay, who's going to win now? Me, I'm not going to say. I'm telling you. It's no way I can say.
I will make a decision.
Okay, man.
All right. I think Shamal.
Shamal going to win for you. Okay.
Shamal. Because Shamal
okay, I go Wakrah.
Needed more.
Okay, I go Wakrah, so we have somebody needs to win at the end.
Somebody needs to win.
So let's see how it's going to go.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's see how the two coaches will decide to take the ball back to their to the first scorers, not the stars, the first scorers.
Welcome back wherever you may be to the second half of the Qatar Basketball League. We are coming to you live from the Wakrah Sports Club. I'm Samuel Rico, and with me is Anastasios Margoulas, the supervisor of the Qatar national team and resident basketball trivia expert. What a super match we've been watching. It doesn't get any better than this. Stover hooks up with his captain, Abdul Halim, the first pointer in the third quarter. 33 plays at 32 at 9:20 left on the clock. Turning attack into defense.
Wakrah was missing the first half is Abdul Halim, number 11, shooting better. He's one of the best shooters in Qatar. He hasn't shot any three-pointer.
And Wael sucks in three and gives it to Salem for a three-pointer, and they need more of that. It's exactly what they need. 36 plays 32. This is the third quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League. Al-Wakrah running from left to right in the white, predominantly white and blue and black stripes, while Shamal in the red with white and grey stripes.
This is a shot by Darwish that you expect when he sees that something is not working on offense, because he's the brain of this team. He's not only the captain and the heart. So he saw that he wanted to take the pressure a little bit of his teammates even early in the third quarter to make the big three. But smart offense again from Araxi. He saw that it was a little late on the defensive transition for Wakrah. He attacked them to free throws.
I like the play where he hooked up with Salem on the outside the boundary for the three-pointer. He sucked in three players. They thought he was going to go to the play, and he flicked it out the back door. 37 plays to 35, 8:23 left on the clock. This is the third quarter of the Qatar Basketball and National League. Samuel Rico and Anastasios Margoulas with you in the house.
Also, Coles and Araxi are coming back in the house.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Three-pointer from Coles, quick points from Araxi. It's their time.
Ferris Valley, Salem, too strong. Bounces in the hands of Coles. Coles now goes for his three-pointer. Also, Stover, good hustle for the rebound. Darwish finds Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim to a flying Coles. 38-37. The lead changes. 7:33 on the clock. Ferris. He attracts three. Finds Hamid on the burst. Couldn't quite connect. Coles.
I'm telling you, they will be involved now. Coles and Araxi, they have to be involved, and they are involved already. Who's going to do it faster? His team will have the advantage.
Ferris Valley works his way under the rim. Tries to use the glass, unsuccessful. Darwish comes away with the ball. He finds Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim, a nice layup. Extends the lead at 42-37. And to break the momentum, Shamal coach has called a timeout.
Quick timeout. Excellent decision from Coach Hassan. And excellent play from Ahmed Al-Darwish. He took the rebound. He ran the court. His famous no-look pass to Yahya Abdul Halim. They took the lines, everybody. Standard play from Darwish.
He's a very unselfish player, isn't he?
This is what
he could have gone himself.
He could try. He can make a shot. He can do something crazy. That's what I say. You live and die each team with players like Ahmed Al-Darwish or Faris Abdic. They will never be the stars, but for their teams, They are the stars. It's the backbone of each team. You cannot have an Araxi or a Coles without Faris Avdic or without Ahmed Al-Darwish. They cannot. They will tell you. You last will say they are the X factors. They will not be maybe the MVPs because the numbers will not be as high. Even today, Faris, he is the MVP of Shamal by far. But they are for the coaches, for the teammates, for those who know, they are the most valuable players in order to win the games. No show, no flashy shots, no crazy things. Simple basketball, fundamental.
And it's basic basketball is what's required. And as both teams battle for third spot on outright, both sitting on 9 points on the competition table, they have Al-Arabi and Al-Gharafa ahead of them. Al-Shamal with the toughest draw over the next couple of weeks. Ferris almost finds an opening.
Good play for Araxi. You will not see it. He made the back screen and he ordered Faris to go against one-on-one.
Yeah.
This is a good play for a point guard, even if he will never, if he doesn't touch the ball.
Coles with an overpass to Darwish. Darwish back to Halim, and a rejection, a huge rejection by the number 15, Omar Salim, and that's what he's known for. This must be demoralizing, and look where it's ended.
Defense turned to offense. This is how the game is played. Amara did a great defensive play. Araxi followed because Wakrah didn't return to the defense quickly enough.
I sense when there's a slap in the face to somebody, let's call it a slap in the face with a massive rejection, the team that's just rejected, they are boosted with so much confidence.
Correct. Somebody has 8 points in the first 4 minutes in the second half.
39 for Al-Shamal. They trail by 6 points. Al-Wakrah 45. Araxi again works himself up in the middle.
You cannot do anything better against him in this position. The Riz played good defense. The help came. This is the offense of the best players. Goals with 8 points in this quarter in only 4 minutes. And Araxi with 5 points. They will get fired up, of course. At the end, they will do it. And the coaches will find a way to pass the ball.
Abdul Halim. And a ball meant to go to Stover has gone astray.
Hard pass from Yehia. He thought his idea was excellent. The execution didn't work so well for him.
Arachi. Ferris Valley. Oh, hits the rim and bounces out. Second time. No. Hamid also off the mark. As Coles comes away with it. Abdul Halim. Stover with a jump shot. Not there.
Stover and Berisvili are not shooting well tonight because they have to focus a lot on defense.
And with his left hand. How does he do it?
He reads the defense. This is a smart play. People, we will say it's an athletic play. No, it is a smart play. He saw the opening immediately. He attacked. This is high IQ basketball.
So Iraqi, 45 plays 43. Here he goes again. And he'll...
What happened now? What is happening now so far? In order for Araxi and Coles to take more initiatives, the teams went faster. So the defenses are not ready, are not prepared like the first half. Wait for them, as you saw. 3 or 4 players going against them. So they go faster, and it's impossible for any defense to contain this thing, either for Coles or for Araxi. So we see now Araxi already 14, Coles has 10.
So both Coles and Araxi have come alive this quarter. It's taken them to the third quarter to inject their tenacity. Stover. Short. Salem. Looking for Aragji. Finds him behind him. Aragji again injects himself with another left-hander. Up for it.
Abdallah, who is a very good defender, changed position 2 times to try to contain the driving layup. He couldn't. He's so quick in this case.
He's got that sensational left-hand layup. And an overpass to Saeed. Coles now. Nobody home for Aragji. And a huge call. The bench comes alive.
7 points in a row for Aragji. Everything with driving layups by playing quick. This is what Shamal is doing right now. They pick up the pace. They go faster. The defense is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Aragji is taking charge.
Just the speed, the tenacity of this quarter. We haven't seen anything like it for a very long time.
This is a huge basketball game. This is a real top-level basketball game from both teams.
3 minutes left on the clock at 49 Al Shamal. They have taken the lead. They lead by 4 points over the Wakrah club. This is the third quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League. Round 7, game 25 of 36. Al Wakrah had led most of the match. Find themselves trailing now to the Shamal club.
They went up by 5 points, 38. Now they're down by 4. It is a small roller coaster, not a big one, but it's a small roller coaster.
It's a flip-flop. And just when you thought Wakrah was about to run away with the match.
Correct.
And they normally do it. They have this trademark in the third quarter. They do run away with the match.
Because you have now one-man 8-0 run. Aragji has this 8-0 run from Shamal comes all from Aragji. It's simple. The defense of Wakrah collapsed a little bit in the last 2 minutes.
Coles realizes his injection into the match, how important it is. Burridge Valley looking for Superman, and he finds him. To Ferris. Off the rim. Coles now. Darwish looking for someone. He's been stripped of the ball. Nobody home for Aragji, the Superman.
10 points.
Like taking candy from a baby. 51-45 to 15 on the clock.
This is what happens to Wakrah when they don't play their game. Darwish is not there for dribbling too much. He can pass. He can do everything like this. It's not about dribbling or out-dribbling Aragji. You cannot out-dribble Aragji. There are not a lot of players in the whole Asia to out-dribble Aragji. That's why Coach Ihab will sub him, clear his mind a little bit, and bring him back in the crunch time. Aragji is doing now what he has 15 points in 8 minutes in the third quarter.
So Aragji really making a stamp on this match in the third quarter. Ferris.
Goals now speaks with Stover. He wants him back on scoring, and he tries to cheer them up because they see now Aragji is dismantled the defense, and it's like a 3-minute span that they cannot play defense. You see what Aragji can do. So we have 12 minutes more, so Wakrah can come back soon.
Superman for 3-pointer.
This is something that says a lot about the defense of Wakrah in this quarter. All the points of Aragji came with driving layups, no shooting that he did in the previous game. It seems that in the third quarter, they neglected their defensive plan.
So. Coles takes on the defense themselves. He finds Saeed out wide. Abdul Halim. And Wakrah.
Wakrah needs to make these open shots because the defense of Shamal will give some shots in order to contain Coles. So Irfan or Yehia or Stover, they need to make the shots in order to be competitive in this game.
So Hassan back on. He replaces Darwish. And there he is. He palms the ball off to Coles. Coles finds Saeed. Saeed to Stover. Stover works his way under the rim. Unsuccessful, but a rebound by Saeed with the tip of his fingers. 51-47, 49 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter. Berishvili. A long pass to Ferris. Ferris works his way under the rim and does what he does best.
Again, this is the game that Araxi built it. It's open. The defense went to him. Faris, with his high IQ, find the opening. 2 points easy.
And the ball goes astray. A miscommunication there by Saeed and Coles. Coles wanted Saeed to work his way under the rim.
Wakrah looks nervous a little bit in this time of the game.
So with 20 seconds left on the clock. Superman will try to use up as much time as he can. Takes on the defense. Almost there. Bounces away to the hands of Coles. Coles finds Stover. Stover turns and twists. So does the ball as it pops out. And that's three-quarter time. 53 plays at 47. What an exciting match.
It's an unbelievable match. It's a Final Four game. It's a Final Four game from start to bottom. This quarter started with Wakrah playing excellent basketball. They went up by 5 points immediately. Araxi and Shamal changed it with the defense and their quick plays. This is what happened in this quarter. It's not the 15 points of Araxi, but it's how those points were scored. He attacked the defense. The defense was not there. He played quick. Easy. What Wakrah missed, they got some points from Coles, but afterwards, when again the defense collapsed on him, nobody else make any shot that they needed to help the teammate getting more space.
Let's ask, where was the defense on Araxi in the middle that had covered him for the first 2 quarters?
In my opinion, he saw the problem in the defensive transition of Wakrah. What he did, he changed the pace. He went faster. In order to play organized defense, you need to control the tempo. Wakrah didn't control the tempo. Shamal controlled the tempo, and they dictate a fast-paced game. So the defense didn't have the time to settle. Araxi, it's time to score 15 points, all of them with layups, no shooting involved, which says a lot about the defense of Wakrah in the last
quarter.
5 minutes.
The first half was sensational defense from both teams. Lakalashta for the Wakrah in the third quarter. Let's see what they can do as they trail 53-47.
Yes.
This is the final quarter. Basketball, as we always say, as you've taught me, is 40 minutes long.
It's 40 minutes and can be 45.
Some statistics for you that you want to share with us?
Yeah, I can. Let me have it on my PC. We have the points.
So we're on 20 points.
Arax is on 20 points with 8 out of 18. 15 two-pointers and 3 assists. Faris with 14 points, 7 out of 11 and 4 rebounds. Again, he does his work down low. Then it's Berishvili, who hasn't scored a lot. And Stover also hasn't scored anything in the second half.
So
it's a low percentage game for some so far for both teams. They're shooting
very low percentage,
45%.
Because the defense has been super.
Correct.
Araxi is going to take on 4 defenders.
You see already how many defensive plays from Wakrah and good offensive efforts from Shamal in one possession only.
What an exciting last quarter this is. Coming to you live from the Wakrah Sports Club. This is round 7, game 25 of 36. Anastasios and Rico in the house. You are watching the Shamal Club up against the Wakrah team.
And if we ask why Nick Stover, for example, has scored only 10 points, the answer is number 10 of Shamal, Faris Avdic. He fouled him, he sent him for free throws. Second time, he's all the game, he's putting his body on him, he follows his game, and that's why a big-time scorer like Stover cannot score so far. Let's see how it's going to go in the last 9 minutes we have so far.
So Stover.
And something about our referees. This is a good refereeing game. Why? Because there is a consistency. No fouls on one side that they're not giving on the other side. Consistency is a key for a good refereeing game. And this is what they do in this game. Our referees, they allow the same plays from defense in both sides.
53 plays at 49-8, 53. Al-Shamal will be looking for that buffer that they normally get against other teams. However, they can't get it here as the counter-attack by Coles continues. And there's a block by Ferris.
I'm telling you, this is the case. Simple things. Big body, 2 meters 1. Wakrah, I think, if they want to have a chance in this game, they need to increase their pace. They play very slow, and this is helping Shamal.
Shamal definitely helping the Shamal, and this comes back to you may have the big players, you may have the reach, but they are getting tired.
Correct. This is what Al-Sadd did to beat Shamal. The only loss they have. They continue to run 40 minutes.
So Coles, Saeed, Abdul Halim.
Very good play from Wakrah from Irfan to KD. Another problem with Wakrah is that they're not working through the mismatches that they're creating, because the rotation of in the defense of Shamal, it's at the point leaves Arax with some big guy, and they haven't taken advantage of this, which is something that maybe they will do in the next 8 minutes.
So Abdul Halim to add some more points, and he does. 53 plays at 50. His team trails by 3 points. 8:15 left on the clock. This is the final quarter, and a very exciting match it has been. I did say from the outset, this is the biggest match of the round, if not of phase 1. Arakji. Teams tend to like Arakji's left side of his face. 3 weeks straight he's been hit, collided, elbowed, punched as Coles comes away under the rim. Unsuccessful, but Saeed with a rebound. Back to Arakji. Arakji, nobody home. Slapped away.
Great defense from Amr, number 99. He returned where nobody was there, and he blocked the best driving guard we have in Egypt.
He should have given it to Sam.
Amara was alone. This is the first, let's say, bad play from Arax in this game. After the start of the game.
Omar was standing there, nobody in front of him. By the time Arakji got there, was flying high. 2 defenders had got to him and slapped the ball away. Arakji now.
And Coles also returned the favor. Last play, he missed it.
There's Valley. To Hamid. Hamid works his way in, lobs it to Ferris. Was not expecting that. And slapped out of his hands.
This is a bad defensive play from Nick Stover.
Yeah.
The defense was blocking Faris with the two biggest guys on the court, Yehia and Irfan, and he just slapped the hand. It was an obvious foul.
Yeah, wrong decision there. There was nothing happening there for Ferris.
Yes, he couldn't do it. It's 2 seconds only left.
So Ferris. Ball swims away.
33 minutes. No, he subbed only for 3 minutes or 5 minutes.
We need to remember that he is suffering a lot of pain in his back.
But we prepared you about this.
Yeah.
That he's going to play through pain.
He will play.
He is the guy who will play through pain. The moment he decides to be on the court, he will give you.
He's the second point leader for his club, Al-Shamal. Abdul Halim is having
Big
a
basket
tremendous game.
They need from him to do something more. His defense is excellent in the second half. They needed his scoring, and he plays excellent in the second half. He's matching Faris Abdul's intensity in the second half.
Three-pointer. Not there for Superman. Abdul Halim connects with Coles. Saeed is there. Saeed back to Coles. Coles works his way in under the rim and a rejection. Nobody home. It's Wael and a push.
And it's a foul from, again, a very good defensive play from Amir. He returned and he fouled the best player on the court. He didn't allow him to score easily. He has to earn his 2 points from the free throw line. Great defense from Shamal, orchestrated, of course, by Amara.
These points are super vital at this stage. We've got a draw 54-54. Wael needs to sink both baskets to give his team a breather and give some confidence as well. And there they are.
The question now for Wakrah is, with Al-Darwish on the bench, how Coles will operate. He hasn't done, besides the first 3 minutes of the second half, he's not his usual self.
And Wael is taking advantage that the Darwish is not on the court, using his speed and a fumble.
Foul from, again, strong foul from Amr, clean foul, no unsportsmanlike foul. This is what a good role player has to do. He didn't allow Araxi to run the fast break. He pushed him. He fouled him clean. Sure, this is part of basketball.
So Araxi, the Lebanese Superman, trying to drive his team to a victory to claim third outright. 5:53 left on the clock.
Shamal is playing better now. They control the game the way they want.
And Darwish, Wakrah sense that Darwish needs to be on. He needs to contain Wael. Wael is actually, he's got free reign at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's see how the conditions change for him now.
Nice play.
Salim.
Very nice play, even if it didn't went in. This is excellent play from Shamal.
Saeed. Back to Coles. Darwish. Darwish finds Abdul Halim. They've been connecting well together. Abdul Halim loses the ball through Ferris. Flicks it back to Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim almost fumbles.
You see the play from Faris. He stole the ball, he ran, he passed to his captain. This is how you can win games. Not by being disappointed or by being out of your focus.
And you can sense the anger and frustration with the Wakrah team, as now they are having words between each other.
The youngest player mixed over is the most frustrated one. This is what they need to bring him back to the equation. Cool. He has only 12 points.
Needs to stay cool, needs to stay calm. There's plenty of time on the clock. 57 plays 54. And Salim doing well with his second shot. 4:57 left on the clock. This is the final quarter of round 7 at game 25 of 36 of the Qatar National Basketball League. Saeed. Abdul Halim goes for 3. And Salim knocked down. And another left-hand layup, but this time unsuccessful. This time, it's Coles that's picking up the speed.
Big basket also for Coles. He needs it more than his team right now. He hasn't scored for the last 12 minutes again.
58-56, Berejveli for Shamal. Finds Superman. Superman goes for 3, a little bit short. Coles should have gone for the 2. Plenty of support he had there. But you don't know what's going through their mind, how much pressure there is.
Yeah, it is right now. They need to find the correct play. Every possession is gold now.
Abdul Halim, they're playing catch-up basketball, so they need to go three. Shamal should be playing basic basketball. Take the layups, because that's where you've been winning.
Wakrah is missing shots that they usually make from Yehe especially, because Shamal is not giving them the layup.
Ferris, a nice pop and a knockdown. Wael went for the three-pointer.
You have so many highlights on defense. What Irfan did now, how he reacted.
Stover tries to hook up with Darwish. Knocked out by Wael.
Arax is playing also excellent defense today. He tries to put his hands everywhere.
His body's on the line. The Superman's putting his body on the line for his team. He knows how vital this win is to the Shamal club, who have been depleted. And
this is your captain about.
And Darwish gives his team the lead by 1 point. 59 that plays at 58, 2:59 left in the final quarter. Game 25 of 36.
Wakrah was looking for this play the last 5 minutes. They gave open shot to Irfan Ali Said, to Yehia, to Stover. Very good shots, like this one. Somebody needs to make it, and it happened to be Darwish. They wanted somebody needs to step up. Since Coles, it looks like he cannot make one of the biggest game of his life. He's controlling the tempo, he's doing small things, but he cannot score. So somebody needs to step up now. You see how the score for both teams is paired for. Everybody has touched the ball, everybody has scored, everybody gave something. That's why, as you said, this is maybe the best basketball game so far.
It is definitely. That's for sure. Al Wakrah currently lead by 1 point.
People want to see dunks, but here we have blocks. So, okay, we all love dunks, and this is the essence of the game. But let's not forget.
So we've got the glory again of picking two players to interview immediately after the match. Who would you like us to interview, Mr. Tassos?
Faris and
Faris,
and I will go with Darwish, I think.
So Faris, the number 10, we'll book him in. And who did you say?
Darwish.
The number 20.
Important point. Wakrah is on the penalty. Every foul is free throws for Shamal.
Tell the coaches.
Great helping defense from Stover. He helped when Darwish couldn't contain Arax. Stover came from the weak side and helped. This is great defense from Wakrah again. Great defensive play.
So Faris face to face with Stover. Stover finds Darwish on the flank. Darwish back to the center to Saeed. Saeed for the 3 points are unsuccessful. Almost a fumble for the Shamal club, but they recover through Faris. Faris finds Superman. Superman crosses it over to Bereshvili.
They will need to play for him.
Bereshvili. Faris.
And it happened.
Salem. 60 plays at 59, 1 point difference. We've got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. Stover. Abdul Halim. Coles. Back to Stover. Stover tries to go himself.
Smart foul from
Amar Salem.
Amara. They have one more to give. He has 3 in total. We are close to the end of the game. Very good foul to avoid a layup from Stover.
So Al Wakrah through Coles. Darwish loses the ball. Wael. Waits for his players to arrive. It's Wael and Darwish.
He tries to isolate
Takes
himself. And the ball will go for... This is a difficult play for the referees. I do not know if they want to review, if they can review it or not. The ball looks to touch the hand of Erfan Said. That's why 4 seconds for Shamal.
4 seconds. They must shoot through Salem. The pressure's on. Unsuccessful. Coles.
So who's going to score now for Wakrah? This is the question.
Coles. Coles goes for the three-pointer. Not quite there. 42 seconds left on the clock. Wael slowing the pace down to the way he likes it. He's telling the defense, you come to me, while his players get in position. Wael takes on Darwish again.
He wanted, that's what they tried to do. They tried to switch with the players of Darwish because he feels he has more chance to play with Darwish. And Darwish again defended him well. He deflected the ball outside. They tried to take Arax out of calls to play with somebody else.
Got his belly, and it's there! A huge point! Huge point!
Ugly game all over again.
62-59.
Same play from the other side for Aberashvili. Over the defense, 2 meters 5 can be a very helpful asset. Over the defense, it's a 3-point game for Shamal.
21 seconds left on the clock, 62 plays at 59. What would you be saying if you were the coach of Wakrah?
I would say to go for a quick 2. It's 21 seconds. If they can go Coles, so far he's really cold. So he is somebody who has to take the ball now anyhow. He needs to go for a quick 2 or draw a foul. And you have more seconds to play with the free throws or try to steal something. You have time. No time for me to rush for a 3-pointer. It's very early in the game. You have very early. It's 21 seconds. If they rush a 3-pointer, but they are a very good 3-pointing team, sure. But they can go for a quick 2 if Coles feels it, and then try to defend, like make a foul or try to steal the ball, whatever.
Knowing the way Wakrah plays, I don't think they'll be going for the 2. They'll be going for the 3 for sure.
It will be important how Coach Hassan Hossad will decide. Will he foul? Because most of the coaches outside the NBA, they're fouling when they're up 3. In USA, nobody's fouling. They prefer to play defense, and if they make a 3-point shot, okay, let's go overtime or we have the last possession. Let's see the play.
Let's go. Here we go. 21 seconds left on the clock. Play resumes. Coles has got the ball. He runs in.
Quick. This is what they went for: either the layup or the quick foul. Amara made a foul, so they lost only 4 seconds. Let's say it was a good play from Wakrah, because now Shamal is on the penalty and 4 foul on Amara. They have a very good play also under the basket. Let's see if they will use it.
So Darwish, Abdel Halim.
Foul. Quick foul from Amara. This was not a good option because it's his 5th foul, I think, if it's on him. Yes, it's his 5th foul and gives 2 free throws on Yehia. Yehia is not let's say, stable free throw shooter. Today, he is 1 of 2. So he has to make both. Let's see. So the foul was good.
And the pressure and intensity showing on Abdel Halim's first shot. Second shot, also short. Hamid finds.
And a very bad play from Wakrah. Yehia could have fouled Omer, who hasn't shot free throws during the whole game. They fouled the best free throw shooter of Shamal, and he can ice the game. And you can win also.
And they're going to win.
You chose
I think they're going to win. I think I don't like to say I think, but there's the nail in the coffin. Or shall I say, will be the nail in the coffin. 12 seconds left. 63 plays 59.
There is a timeout.
Wakrah need to score twice.
Win. Now they need a 3-pointer at least to start going and go to 8 seconds.
To win. They need 5 points in 12 seconds.
And for Shamal not to do anything. I do not know what Shamal they will choose to do right now. I mean, if they will foul or they will allow them to shoot.
Shamal needs to get the ball and just hold it. If they can.
No, they cannot. Wakrah has the possession, so
well,
after
the shot,
they will foul them. That's why they will try. What they will do is, if Wakrah will score, they will try for sure to give the ball to Araxi. And hoping that Wakrah will do the same mistake like prior, where they didn't foul Domer and they fouled Araxi. We'll see.
So what a very exciting finish to the round 7 game 25 of 36 between the Wakrah club and Shamal. A seesawing match throughout the quarters. However, with 12 seconds left, it's 64-59. Al Shamal lead in a very intense finish. Saeed to Coles. Coles to Abdul Halim going for 3 points. It's not there. And a rebound unsuccessful by Coles. Berridge Valley's come up with it. And that is a game set match. Tassos. It's like they've won the grand final.
And they won something great.
59. Al Shamal hold on to a splendid win.
Shamal now, they feel that they are in the Final Four. They need one more game or their opponents to lose one to be in the Final Four. For Wakrah is the same. But let's say we can say about Shamal because they have to play against Arabi and Garafa. It was the victory for the end of the season, the biggest victory they could have. They won Wakrah. Great game for them and very, very, very important victory. It will count a lot in the second round also. Bad break for Wakrah. They lost a game that they should have won. So let's see how these both teams regroup.
2 players.
It's important to see how they will regroup themselves. But both teams are experienced. Come on. Sam was speaking about teams that have won the championship, Shamal, the Qatar Cup, Wakrah. They know how to do it. But we saw a great basketball game. 64-59. They hate it maybe if you like the highlights from the NBA, you're going to hate it. But if you love basketball at its essence, this is your game. The Shamal Wakrah 64-59 or whatever was the score. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
As always, enjoyed having your company in the commentary box.
Somebody's coming, yeah?
As Mr. Tassos makes his